Coming up on Look Today, well, the opening of the Eagle Flyer zip line at the Wild West Ranch in Lake George is once again delayed. I've got details. And Americade in Lake George comes to a close on Saturday. More on that coming up. And we've got our weekly look at the movies with Jackson Murphy. It's all ahead on Look Today. Welcome everyone, happy Friday. I'm J. Hood Jackson and this is Look Today. In tonight's program, I sit down with Stephen Van Gilder. He's the Executive Director of the Moreau EMS. He's here to talk about increasing need for EMS services in our area and the upcoming expansion to the facility on Route 9 in Moreau. Now, I also sit down with Kathy Naftali. She's the Director of the Crandall Public Library in Glens Falls. She's here to talk about upcoming events happening at the library this summer. Plus, we've got your weather for the Tri-North counties. But first, we've got these headline stories. Well, in our lead story, the opening of the Eagle Flyer zip line at the Wild West Ranch in Lake George has been delayed. The zip line is 3,450 feet long and will drop 1,000 feet vertically over the course of the ride. Now, the ride was expected to open last summer, but now it won't open until the end of this summer. Well, according to Bill Richmond of BN Communications, the zip line, which runs from the top of French Mountain, is still awaiting final approvals from the state. Well, the observation deck will be available for those who do not want to ride the zip line. That would be me. The zip line and renovations at Wild West Ranch are expected to promote tourism in Warren County. Well, we spoke to Bill Richmond about this project.
I think it'll be great for tourism. I think it's another new attraction for the Lake George area, and it's something that we've already gotten a lot of interest. We've had several thousand people sign up for email updates on our website.
In other news, well, as Americade in Lake George comes to a close this year, there are still many exciting events happening on Saturday. The 34th annual Americade saw a slight decline in attendance this year, but the event still generated an estimated $40 million. Now, along with Saturday morning bike tours, the Smedge Brothers Stunt Show will return. Other events include live music by country star Craig Morgan. A charity drawing hosted by the Lake George Rotary Club will give away a free motorcycle or $20,000 in cash. And closing out Saturday night will be comedian Alonzo Bodden of NBC's Last Comic Standing. Well, switching from news to weather. Well, the sun came out today, heating temperatures up into the 70s. Let's see how the weekend is shaping up. For a more detailed look at our weather, we're going to head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast. Back to the news. Well, Regal Cinemas at the Aviation Mall in Queensbury is undergoing renovations. The cinema will be adding 2 new theaters in addition to upgrades to its 7 other theaters. Now, expansion had been proposed in the past, once in 2008 and once in 2012. Well, the 2 new theaters will be larger than the existing ones. And renovations on the old theaters will include the replacing of old seats with reclining chairs. There you go. And the theater will not close during renovations, and it will operate during its usual hours. Well, now it's time, speaking of the movies, for a look at the movies with Jackson Murphy. He's going to give us an update on new movies at home and in the theater.
Hi everybody, I'm Jackson Murphy, and here's your Look TV look at movies. The Conjuring 2 is a sequel to the 2013 hit horror film and is more of the real-life adventures of paranormal team Ed and Lorraine Warren. Expect a lot of spirit and spirits. The Conjuring 2 is rated R. Everybody's favorite illusionists with a cause are back in Now You See Me 2. The magical cast includes Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson, Mark Ruffalo, and Morgan Freeman, and Daniel Radcliffe comes on board for this sequel. Now You See Me 2 is rated PG-13. Warcraft is not a sequel, but it is based on a video game. This adaptation of the wildly popular World of Warcraft game is directed by Duncan Jones, son of the late music superstar David Bowie. Warcraft is rated PG-13. Leading the New at Home parade is Disney's Zootopia, which just went over the $1 billion mark at the worldwide box office. And George Clooney in the Coen Brothers comedy, Hail Caesar.
Cut!
Enjoy the movies, and I'll see you at the cinema. I'm Jackson Murphy.
Well, thank you, Jackson. Boy, looking at those clips, I'm really reminded how far animation has come. Isn't that amazing? And by the way, Hail Caesar is a really seriously funny movie. And remember, you can catch Look at the Movies with Jackson Murphy every Friday right here on Look TV. Well, coming up next, I sit down with Stephen Van Gilder. He's the executive director of the Moreau EMS. He's here to talk about the increasing need for EMS services in our area and the upcoming expansion of the facility on Route 9. Plus, I also sit down with Kathy Neftali. She's the director of the Crandall Public Library in Glens Falls. She's here to talk about upcoming events happening at the library this summer. But first, if you see news happening, you want to share a story idea. How about join us for an interview? Give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Look Today. Just easy lookouts tonight. First, it's Friday, so Andrew and Drew, and Jack and Joel, and Jesselyn. Want to give them the lookout because they make this show possible each and every week. And also a lookout goes to Dr. Joe Dragoni. Actually, I don't know if he's a doctor or not, but he's the superintendent of the Ballston Spa school system. He's the guest on New Beyond the Headlines tonight. And also just a reminder that this week was the graduation at Tech Smart, an unbelievable event. And also we've got a lot of episodes of Tracks, our music show. All right, don't forget, have a safe weekend, and I'll see you Monday night for the stories that matter to you. Good night, everyone.